All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray everybody is very, very blessed on this day, guys, and I am exhausted. I'll be honest with you. I've been outside for the past 3 hours, working in the sun, in the dirt, getting the homestead ready for the spring, so that we can have a wonderful growing season this year. Shout out to Greed, who says short 30K. Shout out to Istvan Soricio, who says yo, 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 what is going on, bro? Whoa, yo, yo, yo. Shout out to KV Hups. What is going on, KV Hups? Greed says, wow, will it dump? Well, it is dumping right now, guys. It is dumping right now. And as you can see, I am in a schlong. Okay. Took a long this morning in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We were doing a live stream. Had the setup right here that we were looking at, catching a bounce from around that daily open zone, waiting for the VWAP to be reclaimed. Whole bunch of shorts trapped down there. While I was outside, guys, in the dirt, I had a very nice trade set up here for the short as we got a fast rejection down out of nowhere. So it seemed to me. And then a nice move to the upside. Rejection from the golden pocket, 786 Fibonacci. And, would you believe it? Guess where we're currently finding support right now? On the way down. From the low to the high, we are finding support exactly between the area of the 786 and the 618 Fibonacci. So guys, these levels are very much so well respected. And as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour of the stream, we will be giving away $250 of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin or USDT, whatever you want. So make sure to FOMO into the like button. Uh-oh, $666. Oh, phew. For a while there, my unrealized P&L was 666. That was scary. Shout out to everybody in chat right now. God bless you all. Shout out to Aaron G. Shout out to Robert Bonar. Are we still going to 1 million in 90 days? Hey, according to, what's his name? Fugaji? Biagi? I don't know. Some Twitter thing. Ex-CTO of Coinbase, whatever CTO is. Who knows? He says yes. And you know, he's betting $2 million on it. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. A Google user says 800x short. Shout out to Epidemic Outrage. Shout out to Colin Nihar. Says, hey, greetings from Thailand. Hope you get this 250. Yeah, hope we get the 250, guys. I did actually... Here, let me... I forgot to post... I did forget to post this stream in the... Whoa. No, we don't want to end the stream. We want to share the stream. We want to share the stream. I'm going to tweet this stream out, guys, on Twitter. Would like for you guys to retweet it as well. That would really help us out a lot. Let's go ahead and tweet this out on Twitter. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, by the way, guys. Jason_Casper. Go ahead and retweet the tweet. That'd be great. We're going to be taking a look at some coins, guys. We're going to be taking a look at XRP. We're going to be taking a look at XRP, which is absolutely pumping like a wild woman. And coming up to a key zone of resistance. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin as well. We do have, guys, a very, very interesting stream today. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to Epidemic Outrage. Efenia Mazda. Yeah, we'll take a look at XRP. So, guys, essentially right now, Bitcoin is simply just in a sideways range here. In a sideways range. And, I mean, would you look at this? I mean, really, we're just kind of ranging. But here's what we're doing. As we range, guys, we are consolidating and we are consecutively making higher lows. I think this is actually very important. We are not able to make a lower low. And when we take a look at these highs here, kind of, right? We are essentially making this ascending triangle pattern. This morning, it was looking more like a symmetrical triangle. Now we could say this is an ascending triangle pattern, which is, objectively speaking, a bullish pattern, okay? objectively speaking, this is a bullish pattern. Now, when we take a look at an order flow chart, we see something very, very interesting. So let's shift over now to the other screen, and shout out to everybody who took the long this morning in the Casper Crew VIP live stream New York Open update. We were looking at this level for a long. We were waiting for shorts to get trapped under VWAP, reclaim a VWAP, took the long, still in it. Yeah, what were we looking at? Order flow, right. So let's take a look at the order flow chart, guys. If we look at the 15-minute, we can see bullish CVD actually forming throughout this entire range, which is quite interesting. Quite interesting, if I do say so myself. Because what that means is that we are seeing a large amount of selling pressure actually coming in here. If we draw this trend line and we make it nice and thick and blue, okay? And then we take a look at this green line. This is called the CVD. The CVD, guys, is basically telling us, are traders longing or are they shorting? If the CVD is getting lower and price is unable to make a lower low, that is called a bullish CVD divergence. And it means that although there's selling pressure coming in, we have down here whales, bigger players, right? We don't know if they're actual whales, okay? But we've got whales down here who are absorbing the shorts with limit long orders. They're basically looking to push the price up. The big money is looking for higher prices, and the big money, every time retail is shorting down at these lows, we got a whale down here filling up bigger limit long orders, looking to push the price to the upside. Okay, now also during this time we have open interest increasing, which means new money is coming into the market. This is not a move that is happening as traders are getting stopped out of their positions or closing their trades. We're not getting a move to the upside because shorts are taking profit from 69K. No. New money is entering into the market. Most of the money is short, but somebody's holding price up. And the reason why this is so interesting is because the Bitcoin price right now is consolidating, forming this bullish pattern, this ascending triangle pattern, below what could be one of the most important areas of resistance that we have on the chart. Literally the most important area of resistance that we have had since that 200-week moving average. And that is this. We have right here major resistance between $29,000 and $30,000, where we have a weekly order block. We have a value area low of the 2-year range that we have traded for basically 2 years before the breakdown. And so as we are seeing this bullish ascending triangle form right here, we are also seeing almost $200 billion come into Bitcoin. We are also seeing the money flow on market Cipher B on the weekly time frame about to curve above the zero line. Okay, just to put into perspective how juicy that is, let's take a look at the last time market Cipher B came up above the zero line. All right, it was back here in May 2019. At the end of the bear market, as we were starting to get a relief rally. And when we got that money flow crossover, it actually resulted in another 76% move to the upside. Okay, so you could say we're about right here, right? We're about right here if we're going to be comparing this cycle to the last cycle. I know. We can't compare cycles, guys. We can't. We all have different types of cycles, right? But no, we can kind of look and say, look, last time we got a money flow cross, this happened, and we are potentially now right here, right? Literally, right? We had a big move to the upside, a lot of consolidation, another big move to the upside. That's literally what is happening right now. We have had a big move to the upside, an area of consolidation, a big move to the upside, and we are coming up to a major zone of resistance. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either we are going to bust through the resistance, or we are going to find resistance. Now, let me just say, I would suspect that we find resistance at resistance, guys. I'm not bearish, right? I am very bullish on this chart, but I would be shocked if we didn't consolidate or do something when we come up to this area of resistance. That would be shocking to me. Absolutely and utterly shocking. Okay? Could we just blast through? Of course. But when you come to a major level like this, it's very, very unlikely that we just blast through without any kind of resistance here. Now, tomorrow is going to be a very volatile day because we have the FOMC meeting. The FOMC announcement, I should say, where they're going to announce the federal funds rate, right? The interest rate. And everybody's wondering right now, are they going to raise it at all? Are they going to raise it at all? Are they going to raise it 25 basis points, beats per second? Or are they going to raise it 0? Now, this thing is fluctuating like crazy right now because the Fed, you know, before everyone was thinking definitely 50 basis points. After Jerome Powell came out hawkish, he's like, well, guys, it turns out inflation's kind of bad. And looks like we haven't been decreasing inflation fast enough, right? He said that 2 weeks ago. Last week, banks start to collapse. And now the Fed is giving banks money. Okay, basically doing the opposite of what would help inflation go down. And so now people are saying, well, they're probably not going to raise 50 basis points, maybe 25 only, or maybe they're even going to put the brakes on altogether. And you've got a lot of people, billionaires, investors, calling for the Fed to stop raising rates until we fix this banking fiasco. Well, the way I look at this is this, guys. If the Fed doesn't raise interest rates, on the off chance that they don't raise interest rates, because I feel like they will, otherwise they'll look like idiots. They've been spending a year raising rates, and now all of a sudden they're going to say, just kidding, you know, it didn't work out so good, just kidding, right? They can't do that. The people will take them more as idiots than they already take them. But if the Fed does start to, let's say, not raise interest rates, I think what that would do is that would cause a lot of people to long Bitcoin right into this resistance. In which case, I do believe it's very possible we see big players filling up big short orders in this area to push the price down for a pullback. Because if you're a big player in this market, you can't sell unless there's somebody willing to buy. If I go into a store to buy chicken food, I can't buy chicken food unless there's somebody willing to sell chicken food. And that person who's selling chicken food, he can't sell it unless I come in and I'm willing to buy. So if I was a big player and I had a lot of Bitcoin to sell, right? If I had a lot of Bitcoin to sell, I can't just sell it unless there's somebody to buy. And if bullish news comes out tomorrow, well, I might be able to sell a lot of Bitcoin here because there might be a lot of people willing to buy. And then boom, price gets pushed down. How are we going to see this happening? How are we going to know if this is going to happen? Well, there's a few different ways. Okay, first of all, we know it's an area of resistance. And the way technical analysis and fundamental analysis work together is people that don't know about technical analysis, they don't know that they're buying into resistance. They have no idea, right? They're ignorant to the fact. This is just somehow how it works, right? But whales know. So if we start to see tomorrow the Fed does not raise rates and we get a big, powerful move to the upside, even if it looks like we're coming above, right? It could be very, very powerful. What we need to watch and wait to see is once we start to top out and once we start to form some kind of range here, right? We need to be looking for one of two things to happen. Either we do something like this, right? And we start to range for a while and then we get a fake out and Bart Simpson pattern it, right? Or we come up and we start to form range and then we start to form lower highs and we can enter a short on the lower high. Those are the two scenarios that could give us an entry. The way we're going to determine whether or not we have an entry is by looking at our indicators, right? For example, for the Bart Simpson pattern, what we would want to see would be something like this, right? We would want to see a big move to the upside, like this, and then we would want to range for a little bit, and then we would want to have a fake out, and as we get the fake out, we would want to see our indicator print a bearish divergence, right? It's a very, very easy setup. It's a basic fake out setup where after a major pump to the upside, Bitcoin forms what looks to be a bull flag. And when we break out of the bull flag and you see the bearish divergence, aka the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern where we have a juicy left butt cheek on the left and a skinny right butt cheek on the right, that could be a short entry, right? The second thing that we would want to look for here is something like this, where we get a big move to the upside and we start to form then lower highs like this, get a big move to the upside, and then let's say that we start to form a lower high here as we come into, let's say, the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, something like this, right? And as we come up into that lower high, we're seeing on our CVD indicator longs being absorbed by bigger players, right? Just like how right now we've been seeing shorts coming in, and these shorts are being held up by a bigger player down here. We would basically want to see the opposite. We would want to see price making lower highs like this, right? And we would want to see the CVD getting higher like this, showing us that retail traders are longing, but price is unable to make a higher high, showing us that whales are building big short orders here, looking to push the price down, right? This is one scenario on how we could play tomorrow's news if it comes out bullish, right? That is one scenario. Another scenario is that the Fed does raise rates, and in that case, I don't know. I don't know. We might still get that pump and dump thing if the Fed does raise rates. I'm not really sure. We have to think of it this way. When we're dealing with news like this, the Fed raising rates is still bullish for Bitcoin, because it means people are going to be distrusting the bank systems even more, which could lead to the same outcome. People are like, uh-oh, the Fed is still raising rates, even though the banks are collapsing. Let me get my fiat out of the bank now before I end up standing there in the parking lot like an idiot, like the Silicon Valley guys, standing in the parking lot acting like there's actual money that the bank could give them. Let me tell you something. If there's a bank run and you're not running to the bank until you know there's a bank run, it's too late for you. You gotta go before, right? Which is why I always recommend keeping cash on hand, guys. Keep some cash on hand. Diversify your assets. Hold precious metals, the physical, tangible precious metal. Do you know the precious metal, when you have paper certificates for silver, I think it's some crazy thing like a 40-to-1 ratio of how much actual silver exists compared to the paper silver. Get yourself some real silver, some real gold, some Bitcoin. Keep cash on hand. Keep some money in various banks. Make sure you diversify. Grow some dang potatoes, guys. Have some chickens in the backyard. Anyway, now that I'm getting off on a tangent, okay? Now that I'm getting off on a tangent, what was I talking about? Right. They could both lead to a pump and dump scenario. Now, keep in mind, when I say pump and dump, guys, I'm a day trader, okay? I'm sitting here trading the low-term time frames, where when we're looking at a 1-hour chart and you see the positions that I'm in, you'd say to yourself, what are you even doing, Jason? You're literally like long and short at the same time, and I don't even know what you're doing, right? So when I say pump and dump, I mean, we could have an opportunity to take a nice short trade, which could give us a pullback, which could then give us the opportunity to get into a nice long trade, right? So where would that be, right? If we do reject from this resistance, I'm still going to be bullish on Bitcoin. I just think we're not going to go straight up forever. We can't get, I mean, we could get two massive weekly candles like we did back here. We could do something like this. Absolutely, we could. It's unlikely, right? Price doesn't go straight up. It zigs and it zags, right? That's what CryptoFace tells us. Shout out to CryptoFace, by the way. It's going to zig and it's going to zag. It's not going to go straight up. So if it's going to zag, it's going to happen after the zig. So we can look for a pullback, then we could look to get into a long. Where would I want to long Bitcoin? Well, what better place, guys? What better place than the Fibonacci Golden Pocket retracement confluence with the value area high of the old range? I mean, in a perfect world, guys, in a perfect world, this is the kind of stuff that us traders dream about, right? We dream about this. Support resistance flips, confluence with the Fibonacci Golden Pocket, confluence with the value area high of the old range, confluence with a whole bunch of other confluences. You know what I'm saying? This is what I would like to see. This would be a very, very bullish retest breakout of the head and shoulders pattern right here. Shout out to Hannah King. Transferred most of my money into Bitcoin holding on a hardware wallet. That is a smart thing to do. Thank you so much for the super chat. Right? Let's see. Where was that head and shoulder? Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, basically, ooh, that would be more than a back test, guys. That would be more than a back test. But I'll tell you, it would freak a lot of people out. It would freak a lot of people out. And yeah, I would consider that to be a very strong, a retest. That would be a great retest. And this could set us up. I mean, because I'm bullish on Bitcoin, we have to understand that this could also set us up for a very nice long trade from $30,000. If we do something like this, we have to be thinking to ourselves, right? Look at this. I mean, I know, we're extrapolating a lot into the future, but I mean, this kind of stuff happens. The golden pockets are respected very, very much so, right? This right here could give us confirmation of much more upside, right? Much more upside. When we're comparing to the, because remember, this was an important support for years, literally for years. So if it's acting as support again, after we get a rejection from it and then a breakout, this would be a very nice long, which in my opinion, I would want to long it up to around 47,000, right? That's what I would want to do, 47,000. TP1 would have to be around 42, 41,000. Still a really good trade setup in my opinion for a swing trade, right? Still a really good swing trade setup. And, you know, I think just when we look at previous cycles, we're seeing the same kind of pattern play out. We're about to get a weekly money flow cross, and so that next pullback we get, in my opinion, is going to be a bullish pullback. All right, a bullish pullback. Also, guys, we need to be looking at the dollar right now, as the dollar is right now flirting with a key area of support, just as Bitcoin is flirting with a key area of resistance. Just flirting, right? Not taking things too serious. You know, a few jokes here and there, a few laughs. You know, maybe a little bit too friendly for business, but definitely not friendly enough for a long-term relationship. The dollar has this major area of resistance here that has been resistance literally since 2016. And if we lose this, right? If we lose this, in my opinion, man, that could be a very juicy move for Bitcoin to the upside. Because this was the top of the Bitcoin bull cycle down here back in April 2021. Look at that. And this was November when FTX happened. Wow, would you look at that? So if the dollar, if the news is bearish for the dollar, like shout out to Pushpack Nemade who says ETH coin. We could look at ETH coin. If the dollar starts to do something like this, right? And Bitcoin pumps and the dollar dumps, but then the dollar gets a back test of this level, and Bitcoin dumps down as the dollar is back testing the level, and Bitcoin finds support at the value area high of the old range, it could be a beautiful confluence for both assets, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat. We have about 8 minutes left. If everybody likes the video, in the next 8 minutes, we will give away $250 worth of Bitcoin. So Hannah King has a lot of money in her hardware wallet. Transferred most of my money into Bitcoin, holding on a hardware wallet. Have some cash on hand too, but I have very little in the bank. I think it's going to get way worse. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, I agree, man. And if you don't like the video for the content, make sure to like it for the hair. All right? Look at the hair, guys. Wow. Man, I am creating new styles all day. Purple and blue candles. Beautiful hairstyle. By the way, guys, we got some Casper Crew hats right now. Shout out to BigBuzz28 who made these Casper Crew hats. Not only, guys, do they say Casper Crew, but if you flip the brim upside down, it actually it's transparent, so you can use it as a cloaking device. Okay, you could use it as a cloaking device. If you want to say something bad to your wife and you don't want her to know what you're mouthing to her, you could just put your hat up over your face and she can see right through to the wall. Okay? See what I'm saying? It's pretty dang cool. It is pretty cool. All right? Now, where was I? Right. Yeah, it could get nice. It could get nice real quick, guys. Let's see, what is Bitcoin doing locally here? Okay, Bitcoin is bouncing once again from the VWAP, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket. All right. Would you look at that, guys? Just a beautiful zone of confluence right here. There's two major areas I'm kind of interested in as far as like Bitcoin goes. If we continue to the upside locally, I think if we pump up today, I don't think we're going to hit 30,000 today. I think that's going to be safe for tomorrow, because Wednesday is typically the day where we get the weekly high, right? More often than not, if we're going to put in a weekly high, it's going to be on a Wednesday. That happens very often. So I think right now there's still liquidity that can be grabbed above here. And as you can see, if we do just get a move up to here today or tonight, it could make for some very bearish divergences, right? So I'm being prepared for another fake out to the upside of this ascending kind of triangle pattern, right? Another kind of fake out, which could then give us a move to the downside. And if we do get a move to the downside, there are some very important zones of support that I think we need to be aware of below. You know, the golden pocket is looking pretty nice, to be honest with you. This Fibonacci golden pocket from the last major low to the high is actually looking pretty nice. So I'm still looking at this as a sideways range, guys, right? I'm still looking at this as a sideways range for now. So I'll be looking for shorts from the high of the range and longs from the low of the range. That's pretty much what I am looking for right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for shorts if we get a big pump to the upside into this major resistance zone here. Okay, this major resistance zone. And locally, we can see that the 1 hour time frame is looking kind of bearish on Market Cipher. We also see that we've got the bullish CVD divergences forming here on coinanalyze.net. So, in my opinion, the market is waiting until tomorrow to see what is going to happen. All right, let's take a look at some other assets here as Bitcoin is continuing to get a move to the upside. And let's go down to our 5-minute time frame here and see like what is actually going on. Yeah, we're going to check XRP because XRP is coming up to the macro value area high. Okay, so this is not necessarily the strongest move in the world. Bounce from the VWAP. Let's check out just quickly. We have not hit our 786 yet, okay? But we have locally changed market structure, which means there is a chance that we hold a retest of this area here, right? There's a chance we hold this area here. Let's be watching to make sure we hold this area. If not, we could look to the 786. If not, then I suspect we come lower. I was hoping we would come higher today, guys. That was actually my hope. All right. Let's take a look at XRP. When will alt season start? Well, I think alt season's already here, my friend. I think it's already been here, and I think it will probably end tomorrow. That's just my hypothesis. I mean, it's been alt season, guys. Alts have been pumping like crazy. It's probably already here, right? So make sure, I mean, if you got into some alts, be taking profits along the way up, right? Never be shy with the take profits, guys. Like, don't be shy with the take profits. Seriously. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum here. Oh wait, yeah, before we take a look at Ethereum, let's take a look at XRP. Look at this, guys. XRP right now getting a rejection from none other than the golden pocket / value area high of the range. Would you look at that, guys? Would you look at that? XRP getting a rejection right from the golden pocket value area high of the range. If XRP is going to come down, this is a major area of resistance, okay? Now, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave the long setup from down here. I closed out of that trade, unfortunately, guys. I have closed out of that trade a long time ago. But if anyone's still holding it, this is definitely a place to TP. And by the way, if anyone wants to join the Casper Crew, where we give the levels, the trade setups, like this one this morning, and others, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. It's not a signals group, guys. It is not a signals group. But if there's one thing you will gain from the Casper Crew VIP Discord, it is educational value as well as a very accurate technical analysis from myself and many others. And if you want to trade on ByBit with 0% limit fees, check out the link in the description. If you sign up, 0% limit fees on derivatives contracts. If you deposit $100, you get a month free of the Crypto Fusion trading bot. If you don't know how to trade, guys, don't sign up on ByBit. If you want to learn how to trade, there's a 20% discount on the course. Both courses. We have a regular course. We have an order flow course. And click the trading bot button on here to learn more about the bot, right? It's a tool. We're giving it away for free. Even if you don't sign up for ByBit, you can get this for free for 14 days. It's a really great tool. We want people to try it out. We don't want there to be anybody dissatisfied. So we're letting people try this thing out before you commit to anything for free for either 14 days or 30 days, whether or not you deposit $100 on ByBit, and this thing will trade for you. You could tell the bot, you know what? I'm looking for a trade at the golden pocket. I only want to take a trade at the golden pocket if there's bullish divergences at Market Cipher B with money flow getting higher. And the bot will only take the trade if those conditions are true, and it will automatically set your stop loss below. It will automatically set your take profits. It will move your stop loss to the entry automatically after a TP1 is hit. So it's basically doing what you would do for you, but you're not there to do it. It's not going to catch every trade you would catch because the conditions have to be perfect, but at least it will save you a lot of money on losing trades. It's a great tool. Check it out for free if you're interested. All right, so XRP coming up to the value area high of the range and the golden pocket. This is a key zone of resistance. What do we see right now on the weekly time frame? We are seeing bullishness on the weekly time frame. We are seeing bullish divergence forming here on the weekly time frame as we came down to this low. And now we're seeing a trigger wave print, and we have officially now flipped market structure very bullish on the weekly time frame. You could say we have flipped it bullish here on the weekly time frame, absolutely, but we technically didn't close the weekly candle above that last high. Now we've officially closed, well, I guess we haven't closed it yet, guys, but it looks like if this candle doesn't come all the way back down in the next 5 days, that we have taken out this high and now this high, right? So this is very bullish looking market structure. This is a place where I would definitely be looking for a pullback or at least some kind of consolidation. And if we are going to get a pullback here, well, for me, where would I look to long XRP? Well, I would look to long XRP from probably a key zone of support resistance flip. So let's see what we have right now. If we pull a fib from the most recent low to our new high, looks like the point of control of this range is offering us a very, very nice zone of support here, where we have the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement confluence with the point of control of the range. And let's see what else we have, because this is the weekly time frame. Let's come down to the daily time frame and take a look and see about this range that we have within the range, right? We have two ranges, a range within a range. We've got this since November, and that is looking very, very nice for a potential retest of that high volume node right here at around 38, 39-ish cents. That to me would be a very beautiful, perfect, too good to be true entry. Of course, we would have to also be aware of this, right? If we're going to get a more shallow retracement, clearly we have a high volume node at this value area high as well. So if we're going to get a shallow retracement, we could be looking down to something like this, just coming back down to retest the value area high around 41 cents. Right? If we're going to get a more deeper retracement, we could come down to around the 39-cent area. Those would be two areas I would be very, very interested in XRP right now, given this bullish environment, this macro weekly market structure change. We don't see any bearish divergences on the daily. When we go to the 4-hour, we're seeing some slight bearish divergences. If this confirms bearish, it means there's more of a chance that we get our pullback to one of these levels. We might not confirm a bearish divergence here, in which case that is very, very bullish. And I would be waiting for, as we get the pullback, I would be really looking for the bullish divergence on the 1-hour time frame, right? When we get the bull div on the 1-hour time frame, that is a very strong bottom signal. We got it, well, we didn't quite get it here. I'd be looking at, or even the 30-minute time frame, guys, because it is XR Pizzle. I'd be looking for bull divs on low time frames to kind of time a bottom here. But the major zones I'd be looking at would be 41 cents and then 39 cents. These would be the two major zones here. If we are gifted with a pullback like that, and I do believe if Bitcoin is going to do what I want it to do, which is pump up to its major resistance at around 30K and then get some kind of a pullback, we could see a lot of the altcoins do the same. So it's important that we know where we would be looking to have some buy orders filled. Not saying that you should do that, of course, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But yes, XRP is at resistance, guys, and yeah, I actually did hop in a little short on XRP there as well when I got the alert that we were at a massive resistance. Because it's rare that I get an XRP alert. So I am in an XRP trade right now, currently up 34%. Which is crazy, right? When you look at this thing here, But yeah, that 6 Juanitas, man, she don't lie. 6 Juanitas don't lie. All right, let's take a look at some other assets here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We didn't get 1,000 likes by 2:30, but now if we can get 1,000 likes by 2:45, we will be giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin or Tether, whatever you desire with all your heart. So go ahead and like the video. What are the exceptions for a Bitcoin? And what are the expectations for Bitcoin and ETH right now? I just got in a long on ETH. So, well, trader 071, you know, here's the thing. If you just got in a long now, that's a great long, in my opinion. You longed the VWAP, and looks like there's definitely more room for upside, right? It depends on your trading plan. Like, if I was in a long from VWAP, I would have already TP'd one, right? And stop loss to the entry. That's how I roll. So that's how I roll. If I'm taking day trades, you don't be shy on your TPs, man. And then who knows? It could go up, it could go down. We're trading in a sideways range. You took a long from literally the middle of the range, okay? Which means, you know, there's a pretty equal chance we go up and down, right? Let's be honest, there's a pretty equal chance that we go up and that we come down. So let's pull a fib. Definitely, I would be aware of the value area high of this range, which is lining up nicely with the Fibonacci golden pocket. So look, here's the thing. We cannot know if price will go up or go down, especially when we're scalping. All we can do is look for good entries and good confirmations, right? Right now, we can't know if price is going to go up or go down. We are in the middle of a range at a fair value, right? We should be looking for shorts when price is over, when the price is over, sound like dang Joe Biden up in here. Can't even put a sentence together. It's because I'm overworked, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, right. If price is too expensive, we should be looking for shorts. If price is too cheap, we should be looking for longs, right? It's one of the reasons why we were looking for longs from this green box this morning in the New York Open live stream, right? Because we were coming down to the value area low of the range. We're looking for a long from there, okay? And we did get a bounce from there, but now we're at the middle of the range. What does that mean? It means there's an equal chance that price could go up or down, okay? There is an equal chance. So if you're in a long from here, there's no harm in taking profit, moving your stop loss to your entry, and then if, you know, I would definitely be looking to take profit back up at this value area high, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket, right? That's definitely an area to be looking for a TP, because we are just simply range bound, my friend, right? We're in a range. So until we break this range, there's really no high term outlook for me, right? I am very much so just looking to take shorts at the top of the range and longs at the bottom of the range. And then if we lose the range to the downside, I have key levels I'm looking to long. If we lose the range to the upside, I have key levels I'm looking to short, right? Price gonna go up, gonna go down. It depends. We can't know. We have to have multiple plans for multiple scenarios, right? This guy had multiple plans for multiple scenarios. He bought Bitcoin at $1. Plan A. Bitcoin goes to $70,000. He'll live as a Bitcoin billionaire in Dubai eating fancy steak. Plan B, he will be a Depends adult diaper model, right? Regardless of the case, he didn't care what price did. He had a plan to avoid liquidation because he was wearing maximum absorbency. That's how we need to be as traders as well. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. Let's take a look at good old Ethereum. What is Ethereum doing? So guys, ETH, would you believe this, right? ETH came up and rejected exactly from the box from in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We had given this juicy level, which is just a golden pocket confluence with a daily level here, and we rejected from it twice. This is the daily time frame. In my opinion, ETH is in the same boat as a Bitcoin on the higher term time frames. If we see Bitcoin get a big pump, we also need to be watching for ETH to get a big pump. And if Bitcoin is going to start getting a rejection and we start to see long traders get wrecked, we also need to be prepared for Ethereum to do the same thing. When we go to the weekly time frame, in my opinion, there is a key area of resistance that we need to be aware of, right? Let's take a look at this. All right, we have a massive range here, and we could actually, let's pull this back to May, right? We have a massive range right here. We're coming up to the value area high of this massive range. This is very, very key. In addition to that, we have a triangle that has been forming like this, and we are breaking out of the triangle, all right? This looks very, very bullish. And so again, we need to be aware of people who are longing the breakout potentially getting trapped. What I would be looking at for ETH right now is a move up to this key high right here, taking out the August high, and seeing the same thing that we're looking at on Bitcoin, right? If we start to see some kind of a Bart Simpson pattern where we're getting head and shoulder bearish divergence pattern, that could give us our pullback. Or if we start to come up here and we do something like this, right? And then we put in a lower high and we see absorption of longs. Those could both give us good entrances to get into, basically, if we pull the fib from the low to the potential new high that we put in, to basically just come down and back test the trend line, right? Before another move to the upside. That would kind of be my outlook on ETH as well, because I am very bullish on Ethereum. Look at the weekly market Cipher B, guys, right now. This is no joke, all right? Looks like next week we are going to confirm blue money flow on ETH. People are asking, you know, Jason, there's bearish divergences on the daily. Yes, yes, yes. But we have to understand, look at the weekly, right? The weekly is definitely not bearish divergence. There was a time as we started to print this green dot that you could have said, okay, weekly and down has bear divs. As we've seen this play out, those bear divs are no longer valid. And when we come down to the daily as well, right? Yes, there's the potential for bearish divergence on the daily with money flow getting lower. But we have to like look at all the time frames together, comprehensive whole, right? We can't just be looking at one piece of the puzzle. The weekly bear divs are invalid. The 4 hour, look at the money flow right here on the 4 hour. Hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour with money flow getting thicker. This is not a bearish sign. If you're questioning whether or not the daily is looking bearish, go down to the 4 hour. How does the 4 hour look? In my opinion, 4 hour does not look like something I would want to see if I was looking for a massive daily bearish div to play out. What I would want to see on the 4 hour is something like this, right? I would want to see this on the 4 hour, where the money flow is getting lower and the momentum waves are getting lower. I wouldn't want to see the money flow getting thicker and hidden bullish divergences forming, right? So that's kind of my outlook on ETH. And ETH as well as Bitcoin, I would say ETH is right now breaking out of its range, breaking out of this massive triangle that we've been trading. But we could still look at this as simply just a sideways range. And if we get some kind of thing with Bitcoin where Bitcoin starts to take a dump, we could also be looking for ETH to get a move to the downside tonight or tomorrow or something. Best case scenario, in my opinion, would be that we get some kind of bearish thing happen today, come down a little bit. Tomorrow, the bulls come out pumping full speed. We get some kind of FOMO longs getting trapped up here. We get a nice pullback, which would allow us to get in Bitcoin and ETH at a very juicy price. That would be the best case scenario in my opinion, right? But I don't know very much, so please don't listen to me. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. In fact, I got a comment on my video this morning that says clearly you don't know what you're talking about. So please, guys, do not listen to anything I say. Do not listen to anything I say, guys. I'm still holding these longs from lower as well. I'm in a few longs, guys. I am in a few longs right now. I am holding a juicy long on MEXC as well that I have not even taken profits on from about $20,100. It's a 2.8 Bitcoin position, but I have not taken a single profit on it. I'm holding it as a real swing trade here. I don't have a TP until $30,000. So let's see how that plays out for me. And as we can see here, Bitcoin is chopping around, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to TJ Johnson. Can we look at Link? Oh, shout out to Crypto Carnage. He's here, but I'm busy tattooing my ribs. Are you tattooing your own ribs, bro? Or is somebody else tattooing your ribs? Because that would be crazy if you were tattooing your own ribs while you were on stream. All right. Let's see. Hashim says 0 rate hike will be very bearish for Bitcoin. I think it could be short-term bearish for Bitcoin because it would cause a lot of people to FOMO long, which would open up the door for big shorters to short. There are hidden bear divs on the weekly, Jay. Always explicit. There are hidden bear divs on the weekly. Yes, there are hidden bear divs on the weekly. Now, we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. Let's check that out, okay? Let's check out the hidden bear divs on the weekly. I do believe, guys, I do believe with all my heart and soul that these bear divs will eventually play out the hidden bear div on the weekly, right? We're not going to go up forever. But here's what I think. With this money flow, I think there's that we are not close to having this div play out yet, right? We're seeing it form. We are not close to having that play out yet, all right? I would want to wait for that to play out above the zone, right? Above 30K is where I would look for that to play out. The next red dot we get on the weekly, I think is going to be very, very bearish, and I would be looking back to this momentum wave, right? I would be looking for something like this to form. That's what I would be looking for, because and the reason I feel this is mostly because of how past cycles have also played out, right? How past cycles have also played out. When we look at where we were in 2019, you know, we got some consolidation pullback, and then we got a massive pump, and then that was the top, right? That was basically the top, and that didn't happen until like, I guess like the summer, right? When did we top out? The summer 2019 ish. Yeah, like June 2019, right? So yeah, June, that's when Bitcoin will be worth $1 million, right? So right now, I'd say that we're probably, you know, somewhere in this area where we're looking for some kind of a pullback before one last pumperoni and cheese. And then that hidden weekly div can play out. But I still think that although we'll probably get a significant pullback from the weekly div, it will be similar to what we saw in previous cycle. I mean, in 2015, in 2018, we got a massive bull market rally. We got a double bottom, basically, and then we rallied into the halving, and then the bull market started. I don't think there's any reason to think why it's going to be different this time, right? I know all the reasons as why it could be different this time. Banks are collapsing, this and that. The world is at war, this and that, you know. But I'm a technical trader, and right now the charts are telling me what the charts are telling me. The charts tell me what the charts are telling me, all right? Zero line money flow rejection on the weekly. It could be, it could be, right? Of course, anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right, so Aaron G says, I think we have to pump through 30K. Retail scared of 30K. Resistance prices pushes above retail FOMO. Yeah, that's another really good possibility as well, right? That's why we have to be aware. We can't just be shorting blindly 30K. If we start to pump above 30K and then we see longs getting trapped, or if we start to pump above 30K and everyone's like, we closed above 30K, and then we range for a while up here, and then we get a chickens drinking water, right? AKA a Bart Simpson pattern, where we range for a while and we try and push higher, but we're doing it with bearish divergences on market Cipher B, something like this, you know. That's our short, right? That's our short. We don't have to be sitting there with limit orders at 30K. We need to be watching for a setup to present itself if we get that move up, right? Because eventually we're going to have to get a pullback, right? Eventually we're going to have to get a pullback. That is what I believe. All right, shout out to Robert Bonar, holding it down with the wrench, sending out warnings over here, guys. Stop spamming the chat, otherwise Rob's going to ban you. All right, Archangel Jaffiel says, pump not for today, dude. Listen to me. So are you, I don't know, are you talking to me or are you talking to someone in chat? Kendall says, don't let that idiot fool you. Look, Kendall, look, I mean, look, we say it in jest. We say it in jest. Everybody knows it's a ridiculous claim, but everybody also knows if things happen right, it's totally possible. I mean, here's the thing. If we are about to experience a banking collapse, unlike anything we've experienced in our lifetimes, our parents' lifetimes, or our grandparents' lifetimes, we could see that happen, right? We don't know. Is it likely? Nah, it's not really that likely, okay? But look, we say it in jest, but it's like a joke something might go too far, right? Yeah, like a great example is like, you know, back in 2015, me and my wife, right? We didn't buy each other any gifts for the holidays. None. Because we're saving our money. We don't need stupid crap in our house. Okay? We didn't even have a house back then. We were saving for one. This is before I bought Bitcoin. Right? It's before I bought Bitcoin. And people asked, well, what are you guys going to get for each other? And we would jokingly say, we're going to go on a vacation to the Bahamas. Right? Well, guess what? That joke went a little bit too far. We ended up booking a vacation to the Bahamas. Right? We didn't think it was serious. But in the back of our minds, we're like, you know, it is possible. You know what? All right, we're doing it. Okay? So maybe that's the thing with the $1 million Bitcoin. I don't know. Okay? Tyler M says he will make his money from the bet regardless. FX live signals. If anyone wants some live signals, guys, check out FX live signals. He says 18K is coming. Let's see. Shout out to Tom Crown. We got Tom Crown in the chat, or are we just shouting him out? Is Tom Crown in chat? Tom Crown in the chat. Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Tom Crown, one of the best crypto YouTubers in the space, providing the juicy goodness every single day, putting in the work through the bear market to keep you guys informed and ready for the bull market. Make sure to go check him out. I'm sure you all already know who he is. Okay, so thoughts on a short squeeze and then FOMO to 30K? Yeah. I'm expecting that exact thing to happen, ZZZ. Just to clarify, what I want to happen, what I think is most likely to happen is I think we're going to get a short squeeze. I think because of all this bullish CVD that's been forming here, all these shorts opening up, okay, they need to get squeezed. I think they're going to get squeezed. I think we're going to wreck the shorts. I think we're going to pump to around 30K, and I think we're going to form some kind of a range here and wreck a whole bunch of longs and then get a nice pullback, which will make for a nice long, right? Eventually, it'll make for a nice short into a nice long. That is what I am hoping for. That is what I am looking for. That's my thesis that I basically laid out at the beginning of the stream. Would I share my thoughts? Zero hike would be bullish for banks, thus bearish for Bitcoin. I don't think that it would be... See, banks and Bitcoin are not inversely correlated. Zero rate hike would be bearish for the dollar, right? That'd be bearish for the dollar. This is when the Fed started pretty much... I mean, it is crazy, but it's inversely correlated to Bitcoin, right? So the Fed basically begins to raise rates in 2022 right around here. Right around here. The dollar pumps. Bitcoin hit this. I mean, this was the top of the bull cycle for Bitcoin. This is the top of the cycle. This was the all-time high for Bitcoin. This is when the Fed started QT, right? Quantitative tickling. All right? That's when the Fed started some QT up in there, right? So if the Fed is going to start, well, we're not going to call it bailing out banks, and we're not going to call it quantitative easing, you idiots on Twitter who don't know anything. They're just going to be giving liquidity to the banks, right? And lowering interest rates. Well, that's going to weaken the dollar. Because if you have more dollars in supply, guess what happens to the purchasing power of that dollar? It goes down. If the purchasing power of $1 goes down, that means what used to take $1 to buy is now going to take $2 or $3 to buy. If one Bitcoin was $1 and now the dollar's losing purchasing power, now Bitcoin might be worth $2 or $3, right? Just like everything else. So I think that lowering interest rates or stopping raising them is moving in the direction of inflation going back up. So I think that's bullish for Bitcoin, even if the banks are staying in business. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? That's how I'm looking at it. Shout out to Rodrigo. Shout out to Luca the G. Solana isn't looking very weak. The Rising 3 methods weekly pattern suggests we don't see 18K for a while, if at all. We have 708 likes, 1,300 people. Unfortunately, guys, we didn't get to do the $250 giveaway. We didn't get to do the $100 giveaway. If we can get 1,000 likes in the next 1 minute, we will do a $50 giveaway. Or you come back tomorrow. For FOMC, we're going to be streaming at 1:30, guys. At 1:30, we're going to be live streaming watching this madness. Don't miss it. It's going to be the juiciest live stream in the world. Am I short position from 28,300? Am I short from 28,300? I am. Okay. Yeah, I could tell you about the short position from 28,300. So basically, we got a very harsh move to the downside right here. Boom. And then we come up and we come right into the Fibonacci golden pocket, 786 zone. Wait a second. Hang on. I'm in the wrong spot. It's the 1 minute time frame. We come up, we get a harsh move to the downside like this. And then we come up and we get a move right into the golden pocket 618 zone right here. Right here. So that is the entry. Is there any other indicator that works great for divergences? Yes, the Awesome Oscillator works well. The Awesome Oscillator is a good one. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to Sean Rutke. FX Live Signals wants to be the lucky winner. You can, man. If we will do a giveaway. Probably tomorrow we'll do a giveaway. Because we'll probably get 1,000 likes tomorrow. We'll probably get 1,000 likes tomorrow. Shout out to Divine Hood. Yeah, I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to the Bitcoin prices. I don't, because, man, it's so confusing. We're at 69K, then we're at 30K and 40K and 20K and 15K. I don't even know. When I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart, I literally only care about the levels. Like, that's it. Like, I just only care about the levels. So I know we're looking for, like, the golden pocket. I know it's a golden pocket, but I don't know what the actual number is. It's too confusing. There's too many dang prices. Back in the old days, you know, Bitcoin wasn't so dang volatile. You know, back in the old days, you know, it was like $600, it was $1,000, it was $2,000, it was $3,000, you know, nice and easy prices to remember. Now it's like, do you think we're going to go back to 27,562? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. But let's see what happens here. It looks like she wants to pump up again, and we do have a golden pocket right here. Okay, we need to be aware of basically a retest of this zone, right? We could come up for a retest and then another move down. So let's take a look now at our CVD indicator and see, is there potential here for some bearish CVD? Let's check it out. There's the potential, guys. There is the potential here for it. Okay? So what we want to see is we want to see price coming up into this box. We want to see CVD getting a little bit higher here. We want to see trades continuing to open up here. And let's check out our good old indicator market Cipher B as well. All right. It's the 6 minute. Let's check out our 12 minute. Oh man, the 12 minute is looking kind of bullish with the money flow. Let's check out our 24. Not looking too bearish, is it? Let's check out the 1. Yeah, the 1 could definitely give us a bearish divergence up into there. Do I not like using market Cipher A? I'm just not really. I don't really need it, I guess. I don't use it for anything. I used to use the ribbons, but I haven't really used EMAs in a while for my trading. I've kind of like moved away from it. Not that I think there's anything wrong with them at all. I just haven't really been. Yeah, I'm looking. Divine Hood, what are you talking about? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Bitcoin, or are you talking about Ripple? Armand Habetz says at 30,055 we have the best juicy level to short. POC, weekly naked point of control, weekly untapped. Do you agree? I do agree that those are very, very key levels that we have on the chart. I do. Now, the only thing is, when we take a look, is that we have lots of levels here. It's a pretty big zone, right? It's a pretty big zone. So that's why I would want to wait for like an entry to present itself and not just be looking to short a level, right? Unless it's so obvious. Like, it could be very obvious where we just come up here like this and like get the gnarliest like bearish dip, in which case, yeah, you could scalp the level. But if we're in pump city mode, which Bitcoin loves to do, a lot of times it's better to kind of wait for something to present itself that would give you an entry, right? Because we do have this juicy weekly untapped. We do have this juicy naked weekly point of control at 30,070. We have a naked daily at 29,625. We have the value area low at 29,376. We have a bunch of levels here. So that's the thing. Because there's so many levels, we got to be careful of just looking at one exact level, right? We'll wait until tomorrow, guys. It is 3/22, March 22nd. They're going to be arresting the former president. I'm trying to give you guys a hint here that there might be some propaganda going on. The Fed is going to be announcing something that could change the course of the financial global system. Guys, be prepared for some shenanigans going on tomorrow, all right? Be prepared. Make sure you pray up. Ask the Lord to protect you from all kind of weird demonic activity going on. I do that every single day. I pray over my family. Lord, may you protect my family from any weirdo demonic activity going on, right? So, shorting Bitcoin right now is longing the dollar. That is true. Technically, I guess so. That is true. That's just my view on we have a few different levels to be aware of. You can't see the labels on TradingView? Oh, okay. I just have a whole bunch of random fixed ranges. I have Bollinger Bands. And I have VWAPs. This is like a custom VWAP. I got volume. And I have a CME gap indicator, which basically shows you where the CME gaps are. Right, so we've got a juicy CME gap down here at the golden pocket. And then I got market Cipher B. That's really it. We should... It is interesting to see that as we continue... Wow, this is the sloppiest thing in the world here. This is absolutely sloppy. Yeah, it looks like we could get a nice pullback tomorrow. Look at the daily. It looks like we could get some kind of a pullback here. How's the volume looking on ByBit? It is getting lower, guys, in the past few days. Since Tuesday, March 14th, in the last week, volume has really ticked down here in general. Man, is this not the sloppiest looking chart in the world? It's actually disgusting to look at. It makes me want to vomit. Let me go back to like the 12-minute and fix this for us. Look at those Bollinger Bands. Looking nice and juice. Yeah, we're at the middle Bollinger Band right now. Finding a little resistance. Why is XRP pumping? Why is Ripple pumping? Why? Why? Well, here's why. Here's why. Ripple is pumping because we came down to the bottom of the range. Right here. Hit into that value area low. And then we put in a higher high in the weekly, which is bullish market structure. And then we came down to retest the value area low of the range within a range. And because we're in bullish market structure, we have pumped up from that support. That's why. Purely technical. Is there any other stuff going on? I don't know. The SEC, is it a security? I don't know. I don't care. But that's why Ripple is pumping. It's because of technical analysis, right? It's come down to key support. This was the juicy level we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I took this long outside when I was wrestling with a rooster, guys. I was wrestling with a rooster outside. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I wonder if I can't find that video. Let's see if I can't find that video. See if I can't find that video of me wrestling a rooster when I took that Ripple long. It was a pretty crazy time. It was a pretty crazy time in my life. Yeah, right here.
All right, y'all, I'm outside in the cold, naked with a rooster who has frostbite on his crown, and it turns out XRP just got a 1-minute candle that dropped down 12% in 1 minute. Can you even believe? Now, the coolest thing about this is we dipped down right into a box that I've been prepared for all week. I posted this in the VIP Discord last week. We've even got bullish divergences on some pretty high time frames. So the moral of the story is this, guys. If you are prepared with your levels in advance and you know what you're looking for on your indicators, then you could literally make hundreds of dollars doing what I'm doing right now, and nobody knows exactly what that is. All right, y'all, I'm outside in the cold, naked with a rooster who has frostbite on his crown, and it turns...
Yep, so XRP came down to a key level, and that's why we're pumping, guys. You know, it is what it is. But we're at key resistance, so we do need to be wary of a pullback here, right? We do need to be wary of a pullback here. In my opinion, of course, I would never long this with a 10-foot pole, right? I wouldn't long Ripple with a 10-foot pole. If I had a 10-foot pole that could somehow enter me into trades, I would not enter into a long trade from this area. I have shorted this area. I'm still in the short trade, actually. And I've already taken a profit on it, so we'll see what happens. But looks like I'll probably get stopped out of my entry very, very soon here. But we might even have another opportunity to enter if we come up and take out the high, because it looks like we could get a CDW. But I'll tell you this, we have not formed any kind of we have not seen any kind of local market structure change, right? So two things I would do to get into a short on XRP would be, number one, just a CDW of this into the 0.65 with continued bearish divergences, or maybe we change market structure locally like this. We come in, put in a lower low. After we put in the lower low, we pull the fib from the high to the low. Then we could short a retest like this, right? Which would probably give us nice confluence with the local range value area high. Would you look at that, guy? I mean, yeah. That's exactly what we want to see, if you know what I'm saying, right? So, but I would not want to long this because, you know, I don't long resistance. It's a scary thing. It works sometimes. The first time it will work. The first 3 times you try longing resistance, it will be the best feeling. You didn't even know you could feel that way. You didn't know the human body could feel that way. You're going to triple your account in a week, and you're going to feel on top of the world, all right? But here's the thing. It's going to cost you. The drug dealer will give it to you for free the first 3 times. Then you're going to have to pay, and it's law of diminishing returns. As you continue to long resistance, you're not going to feel the same way you felt when you first longed resistance, okay? You're going to be stealing money just to long resistance to try and get that feeling back. That feeling's never going to come back. You're going to hit rock bottom, all right? I promise. You're going to hit rock bottom. You're going to end up with a sock on your head with a scraggly beard looking like a 12-year-old Amish kid. It's not going to be a good time, all right? No disrespect to the Amish. I envy you, Amish people. I know you're not watching because you don't have technology. You're better off for it. I wish I had grown up Amish so I could just be a normal old gardener, farmer guy selling cake to people, having a happy, fulfilled life instead of being a slave to this technology. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. And sorry about the music, guys. Well, on that note, I'm gonna be heading out because we've been on for an hour. Love you guys. God bless you all. And shout out to Houston, man. That's so funny, bro. Yeah, sorry about the music, guys. I'm gonna head out, but may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness. In Jesus' name, may you all be very, very blessed. I will see everybody in the next stream tomorrow at 1:30 New York time. Be there, guys. It's going to be a really good stream. There's going to be lots of volatility, and we are going to be giving the juiciest commentary, watching this price action unfold. So peace, guys.